Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're actually going to be talking about Ripple XRP. We're essentially going to be doing the same thing that I did for HBAR, except we're going to be addressing it very, very closely, as I do see a lot of people, flipping, bullish on Twitter. A lot of people are bullish on XRP right now. And I'm going to address why it looks bullish on the, short-term aspect, but realistically, it's actually bearish in a sense, considering the fact that Bitcoin right now is doing what we are expecting it to do a little bit. It's kind of just ranging around overall, but we're going to be talking about it. So let's just jump into it. Let's talk about it. So we're going to refresh the market. So we did just see Bitcoin kind of run to about almost 56.4K. We do see, XRP is up still 1.31% today. Nothing too significant as people are, getting a little bit hopium, I suppose. They're just kind of flipping bullish, thinking that the next targets are going to be extremely incredible, but that's not the case, right? We also are up about 10% now, as we do see kind of just range on the 7-day span, and I'm going to be talking about this. So first off, let's talk about XRP. So the volume is up about 5.82%, nothing too significant there. Historical data, the last couple closes haven't been too great, right? We go all the way back to October 1st. So first off, let's look at October 1st. So we were at around 94.54 on the low. We closed at $1.04. Great to see. We closed at $1.04 on October 2nd, $1.06, $1.04, $1.09, $1.08, $1.07, $1.06. And of course, yesterday we had that nice $1.16 close. This was actually very bullish, to be completely honest with you. And look at the volume change, right? The volume here was 2.5 billion. The volume here was 4.8 billion. We actually have seen the volume increasing since around October 4th, which was 6 days ago. Now, things look bullish. For an example, on the chart, we are actually around the $1.20 point. But look at what we rejected off, the $1.25. We also almost rejected off of that $1.25 around the 10th of September. Again, we also had the nice volume flow here. This was the 10th of September. Just to give you guys a little bit of an insight, check out where the volume was here. So the volume was fairly nice. It actually topped out a little bit, if you will, or I shouldn't even say topped out, but it tried to retest a similar level going back to the 21st of July. It wasn't anything significant in that sense. Where we are at currently, though, if we look here, we can actually see that this level, there's not too much support here. There's not so much, resistance or anything here at all. We kind of rejected off of it going back to the 26th. But overall, we're almost at the level of the 19th of May point, which was around this point here, where we had that solid drop all the way going back to Bitcoin's crash. The volume aspect right now is not too bad. Honestly, the volume is not a concerning factor to me at all. I think that we look fairly good in regards to volume, and I think that we look good in regards to, price action. What I'm watching for right now is actually the Bitcoin pair, because the Bitcoin pair actually went up to my nice demand zone that I was waiting for. This is actually the bullish demand zone going all the way back to August 11th. This is that nice influx of volume, as well as influx all the way up to these nice high points up at around 2,759 sats plus. I think that this is a nice pinpoint. Also, the major sign of resistance is actually around here at about 2,733 sats. Right now, what I'm hoping for is us to kind of hold this front line here, but as you guys do know from my HBAR video today, I am watching Bitcoin very closely because we could see a rejection on Bitcoin, which would bring, XRP down. I'm watching the altcoin market cap as well. The altcoin market looks fairly good on the daily, but we do see it actually rejected off of some highs up here. We actually seen a rejection at the, resistance point of 1.36 trillion. Now we're kind of just ranging sideways. We actually broke down a little bit, nothing too crazy. Overall, this nice point that we are in is fairly good, but I'm not going to be too ecstatic about anything until, we break out of this $1.36 trillion range, which I think will happen either next week or by the end of the month. That is what I'm waiting for. I think that will be very bullish for us, as we will most likely retest the all-time high, going all the way up to 1.5 trillion almost, roughly. So I'm watching this very closely, as well as watching Bitcoin, as you guys know from my earlier video today, just to give you guys that little bit of an insight. If we go to the 4-hour span on Bitcoin, we could actually see a little bit of what's happening. So Obviously, I did the percentage drops on the last few pullbacks. Right now, in regards to Bitcoin, nothing too ecstatic happening on the chart. We've had a little bit of a pullback, which was about 4.35%. Nothing too crazy there. Again, we had a little bit of a pullback going back 2 days ago. Again, about 4.44%. And now we're just kind of ranging a little bit. We had a little bit of a pullback here. It was only about 2.6%. And here is that nice little candle high that I was just talking about before I started the video. It's roughly about 56.5K. Now we're down a little bit, about 2.15% from that high. And this is nothing too concerning, right? That's nothing too concerning. That's pretty much minuscule at all, right? When we're talking about what I do think that we could be seeing, though, from this high that we just printed, is a pullback about at 6%, ranging all the way down to 52.7K, and also possibly all the way down to about 50K, right? I've said this multiple times on this channel that this point down here, this is the sweet spot for a nice little pullback on Bitcoin. We have seen whale volume decreasing actually in regards to Bitcoin, and that is telling me that we will most likely see the pullback happening either tonight or tomorrow or throughout this week, which I'm not going to go in depth on because I've already done an in-depth video on that within the HBAR video. I'm watching the dollar very closely as well in regards to everything that's happening throughout this market because it does have a lot of strength. This doesn't correlate perfectly within the market having that nice pullback or, anything in regards to bearishness. I just think that it at these high levels is fairly bearish, and we actually want this to come down and retest a lot lower. We do see that the debt ceiling might be getting increased by like over $480 billion. That could be a little bit of a factor of pushing us down low, but it's nothing too crazy. Now going back to XRP, like I said, things look bullish on the short-term aspect. The volume looks fairly good. Everything is looking fairly good for us to break out here and range even higher. It wouldn't be the first time that XRP actually decoupled away from Bitcoin, but on the Bitcoin pair, it's not showing us that it's decoupling actually. We are down below significant levels still. Nothing looks fairly good right now, even on the inverted scale, which I've always liked to do. It looks like we topped a little bit on the bottoming point, and it looks like we could have a little bit more of a rally and retest even this high at about 2,300 sats, almost 2,304. Wouldn't be surprised if we do retest that, but it doesn't look too, solid from a standpoint in regards to retesting that major level just yet. We'll most likely see that happen as we do range on into the week. I'm just watching Bitcoin very closely in regards to a lot of altcoins. I'm not going to enter in on a solid, point here. My XRP bags have been packed for a very long time though, so I'm not looking to add to XRP at all at any time here at all. I just want to see us back into this major point here. And that's this, nice demand zone between, 2139 and 2303 sats. But we need to actually officially break out of this point up here to actually range even higher on the USD pair. Any point on this, which I've even said this on the video yesterday for XRP because that's when we actually seen that nice volume flow in. We also seen that nice little pump on the USD pair. I said, this level that we're at currently, this $1.12 to $1.20, it's fairly exciting to see, XRP actually move, but it's nothing too crazy, right? We've seen better moves on XRP in the past. This isn't significant. What I think is significant is the fact that when we're talking about XRP just currently right now, we are seeing, that volume flow in on the Bitcoin pair, which allowed us to actually break out yesterday. But look at the volume right now in regards to this move up. There's nothing significant there. There's nothing actually pushing us much higher. There's actually not a lot to go off of to validate a push above $1.20 and to retest anything up here, which I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter saying, well, hey, we're going to retest, $2 and we're going to break it by the end of October. Listen, I think that we could break $2 by the end of October if, and I say if, Bitcoin, finds some strength, possibly has that nice pullback. It will be a fast pullback, and then we break out of the 60K plus zone. I've already said $63,000 by the end of this month, which I still think that we could see, especially going back to 2017, 2018, with how fast Bitcoin has ran back then. But a lot of people are, kind of, I wouldn't say spewing hopium, but they're saying, XRP by, tomorrow or even later this week is going to be at these massive levels of $1.50 plus. I'm just not personally seeing that. There's a lot of things to play out currently in the market. We're not seeing too much volume flow into XRP. And when we're talking about Bitcoin, right, I've discussed Bitcoin dominance being at these major high levels. So if Bitcoin does do a pullback here, if we do see a correction, it's going to bring XRP down significantly as well. We'll most likely be back down into this demand zone, and we'll most likely even retest $1 if we could see that. It depends on Bitcoin ranging lower, right? Because right now, all the way to $1, it's about 14%. If we're expecting a 9% drop on Bitcoin at its current dominance levels, we could be seeing a 20% pullback, which would bring us down to this 91 to 95 zone, right? This 91 to 95 cent zone. So this down here is the sweet spot for buying XRP currently, in my opinion. I would not be buying up here. I know that there's probably people saying, hey, let's buy up here because this is, we're ready to, go to the moon, right? But that's not the case. Because realistically speaking, when we're talking about the high candle up here, if we do a 20% pullback, 20% would be almost $1 exact. But if we pull back from the current price, we could be seeing a lot lower price action in regards to this 90 level. So 90 cents to $1 is the sweet spot to buy XRP at the current point. This is also that major demand zone going all the way back to August 11th before we had that nice little run all the way up to about $1.43, almost $1.44. Now, what is going to be the leading cause for this drop in price? Well, it's just going to be Bitcoin having that little bit of a correction. It's not going to be a major correction. We don't have to, pull back 20%. But all we have to pull back for is about 10% or almost, 9%, if you will, back to 50.5K. I know that a lot of people are saying that we could even see, possibly 47K being tested, which would be roughly 14%. That would be about 28% on most altcoins. Talking about 28% on XRP, well, 28% would bring us down significantly to around the 83.88 level, almost retesting the bottom of this candle exact from September 21st. Wouldn't be a big surprise to me, to be completely honest with you. But I don't think that we go that low on Bitcoin. In fact, I have this nice little, point here where I think that we do retest. I think that this is the sweet spot for Bitcoin. And again, when we're talking about XRP, this will most likely be that, sweet spot for XRP as well, because this is the point where we will basically drop about 20%. I think Bitcoin will most likely have that little bit of a 10% pullback, similar to, similar pullbacks in the past when we were ranging all the way to about, 52.7K, which is that nice little resistance point. We've had 12.59% pullback, 6.8, 8.7, 8.29. I think that is the sweet spot, right? When we're talking about Bitcoin pulling back here, I think that this is that nice little, sweet spot. We'll most likely bottom out around, this 51K point. We'll most likely probably bottom out at the support zone on the October 6th price action, but again, we could see a little bit lower, and that will bring XRP lower. I'm not saying, it's guaranteed to happen. I'm just saying a lot of people are thinking that this is very bullish for XRP, but it's not bullish on XRP until we break about $1.40. That's where we actually get excited, not breaking $1.20 or anything like that. I understand that when a price action, when an asset like XRP moves in price action to the upside, I get it. It's exciting to see, but overall, when we're talking about a lot of these altcoins, when we're talking about XRP right now, and we're talking about HBAR, they're very bullish assets, but we also are still ranging with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin dominance right now should be concerning anybody in this market. It should, because we are at very, very high levels. We've seen this level actually hit on October 6th as well. And no altcoin right now is decoupling away from Bitcoin just yet. We will most likely see that as we do range further into the month. And again, when we're talking about the altcoin market cap, looks like we will most likely come down and retest this $1.259 trillion level. And we could even see, a little bit lower of a retest, going all the way down as low as about 1.235, or just retesting a major, support zone down to like 1.21. So right now, I'm not too excited on XRP. I'm not going to long XRP here if, anybody was looking to buy into it. Overall, the market just will do what it's going to do. And right now, when we're talking about fear and greed indexes, our fear levels, or I shouldn't say our fear levels, our greed levels are at around like 71. We're seeing a lot of people on Twitter flip bullish. A lot of people on Twitter are saying, hey, look at the market. We're ranging to go to 60K on Bitcoin. I just don't think that that's the case. I think that before we see 60K, we'll most likely see 50K. And I think that that's the healthy sentiment period for Bitcoin, and I think that that would be very good for us. XRP, again, a lot of people are very bullish right now. I'm bullish long term, short term. I think a lot of these altcoins will have that solid pullback. So with that being said, I hope that kind of clarifies XRP as well. Like I said, I wanted to really focus on both of these assets in their own individual videos today, because we are seeing a lot of, change throughout the market. HBAR, a lot of people are, a little bit bearish, which is good, because I think that we should be bearish right now on HBAR. And I think that we should be bearish on all of our altcoins as well, because we haven't seen Bitcoin pull back yet. And I think that we need to see a pullback on Bitcoin for us to range even higher. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. If you guys do want my personal exit strategies and all that kind of stuff, you guys can go to NCashOfficial.com and you guys can check out that content as well. But with that being said, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night, wherever you guys are. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.